Guys, welcome back to my channel guys. So in this video today, I'm actually going to be showing you guys a scalping strategy that you guys can use to scalp like a pro forex trader. That's what I'm going to be showing you guys here today. And in this strategy, we're going to be using 3 indicators. That's what we're going to be using, and I'm going to be showing you guys that here today in this video, step by step. Now, right over here, as you guys can see, I have one of the indicators right here down here. This is the awesome oscillator, and to add this indicator onto your chart, we're going to go here to indicators, and you just type awesome. Once you type awesome, it should pop up, and this is it right over here, and then you just click on it to add it to your chart. I'm going to exit this. Now the other indicator we're going to add moving average exponential, and then we go to settings, and we're going to change that to 200. Make sure it's EMA, not simple moving average. Make sure it's exponential moving average. Now once you're done with that, you click on OK, and I'm just going to change the color real quick. Let's see. I'm going to use this right here, and you can change the thickness if you want to, and then I'll click on OK. Now you might be asking, okay, since we're going to be scalping, why am I using the 200 EMA? Now, the reason why we'll be using the 200 EMA is because the 200 EMA is going to let us know if we're actually going to be going long or we're going to be going short. That's the reason why we'll be using the 200 EMA. It's just for that reason, whether we're going long or we're going short. So just in case, when you hit your take profit, the 200 EMA is going to let you know if you can actually get into that trade again. For example, let's say if it's a buy trade, and you hit your take profit, the 200 EMA with other strategy that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video is going to let you know if you can get in again for the buy trade, or you need to just stay out of that trade completely and wait for the next entry. So now that we have that out the way, we're going to add another indicator. This time around, we're going to add the Ichimoku cloud, and we just going to do some settings. Lagging span, we don't need it. LED 1, LED 2, plot background, we don't need it, and we're just going to change these settings as well. I'll use this for the conversion line, and for this I'll use red. Change the thickness as well, and once you're done, you click on OK. Now that we have everything on our chart, now to use this strategy, we're going to be using it on the 15-minute time frame, because if you ask me, that's my favorite time frame to scalp. If you ask me, and I actually prefer scalping on the 15-minute time frame. Some people prefer the 5-minute or the 1-minute time frame, but I actually prefer, or the 30-minute time frame, but I actually prefer the 15-minute time frame. Now, to figure out where our entry is going to be, I'm going to be using this buy example, this buy trade right over here. I'm going to be using that to figure out where our entry is going to be. And for you to be able to do that, obviously you actually need to figure out where your support and resistance zones are. Now, to do this, you always have to do it on the higher time frame. You can use the 4-hour if you want to. Some traders use the 4-hour to do this, but I prefer the 1-hour time frame. So you can use the 1-hour time frame as well. Now, because this is a buy entry, this is a buy right over here, what we need to figure out is where our resistance is. And if you know and understand about trading, is that support is always going to turn resistance. So that's the zone we need to figure out. Where's our support zone, where's our support zone is, and then also became a resistance zone. Now right over here, we can see that this is our resistance zone right over here, and to the left side we can see that as well, that we had a support zone right over here. So we got our resistance and we got our support right here to the left side and right over here as well. So now that you have that figured out, now what we need to do now is that we have to go back to the 15-minute time frame and let's look for that zone. Let's look for that zone. Now this is the zone right over here that we marked on the 1 hour time frame. Now what we have to do is to make sure that we have this cross right over here, this Ichimoku. Now these two lines you guys are looking at now, the blue line is called the Tekken Sen. If you're using this strategy on MT4, if that's your trading platform, the blue line is your Tekken Sen, and this red line right here is your Kijun Sen. So once you have to make sure your Tekken Sen crosses your Kijun Sen. You need that confirmation first before you get into a buy trade. You need to make sure it crosses going up. Now the second thing you need to look out for is this Ichimoku, this awesome oscillator right over here. You need to make sure that is this histogram or bars, whatever you want to call it, you need to make sure that it's above your zero line. You need to see that. Once you have that confirmation as well, then you need to make sure that price actually closes above your resistance. Once you have those three confirmations, then it's now time for you to get in this trade. Now once you have this crossover here, now let's look at where our entry is going to be. So I'm going to put this in replay mode and we're gonna take a look. I'll just start from right over here and let's see. Bam. Now your entry would absolutely be right over here. I'm just going to draw that for you guys. Your entry would be right over here at this candle. This is where your entry is going to be, because we waited for price. Price closed above our resistance. Now we waited for price to give us a retest. Now give us that retest. Now we can get in right over here. Now that you have your entry, to figure out where your take profit is going to be, we have to go back to the 1 hour time frame to figure out where our TP is going to be. Where are we going to target? Now looking at the 1 hour time frame right now, we see that we could have actually let me close this. So we're looking at the 1 hour time frame, we see that we could absolutely target this place, this zone right over here that I just marked right now. And if we look all the way to the left, we can see that we will definitely have another zone right there. So now we could easily target this zone on the 1 hour time frame, because that's our next resistance zone. So now we go back to the 15-minute time frame and let's look for that zone again. So now I'm going to put this in replay mode and we'll see how this trade played out. We got our entry. Price kept on going. Got a slight range over there. Bam. Take profit finally smashed. Take profit finally smashed. So if I delete this and we take a look at what our risk to reward ratio was on that buy trade right there, let's take a look and see what our risk to reward ratio was for this trade right over here. So let's see, our take profit right here smashed for 117 pips, and we have our stop loss right over here. We can put it right below the 200 EMA for 50 pips, or you can put it right below your Kinjun Sen, which is this red line, red indicator you guys are looking at. Let's say for 30 pips right over here, so that just in case anything happens, we won't get stopped out. We're looking at 30 pips, and we have a risk to reward ratio as 3 to 8. Now, if you're scalping, you can say 117 is a lot, but mind you, this is GBP pair, so they move differently. Now you don't have to have 117 pips as your profit target. In between, you can actually have 2 to 3 take profit. You could target, you already went to the 1 hour time frame, you know that okay, that's price could potentially get to that zone looking at the 1 hour time frame. But to be safe, you can just do something like, let's say, I'm gonna have my first take profit for 20 pips. I'm just looking for 20 pips. Then you can have another one maybe for 50 pips, and then you can have another take profit, let's say for 100 pips. So now once you get your 20 pips and you want to stay in that trade, you can always move your stop loss to entry price and keep trading your stop loss until you get to your final take profit. So that's how you can use this strategy for a buy. Now let's go take a look. I'm going to go ahead and delete all these drawings. Now let's go back to the 1 hour time frame, and let me show you guys a sell example looking at the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. All right, I'll use this right over here. Now, to figure out where our entry right here is going to be for this sell, we just got to look for our support zone. Now, because we're trying to get in for a sell, so this time around we need to look for where our support zone is. Now we see that right over here to the left side, we actually have a support zone that became a resistance zone as well, looking over here at on the 1 hour time frame. And we can see that prices as well also below the 200 EMA, looking at the 1 hour time frame. Now you can decide to go long on this sell trade, or you can decide to go short. So now once you have that zone already on your 1 hour time frame, now we can go back to the 15-minute time frame, and we can look for that zone on the 15-minute time frame. Let's look for that zone real quick. Alright, we got the zone right over here. Now what we need to look out for is that we have our support zone over here, so we need price to break our support zone. That's our first confirmation. Second confirmation right over here, we need the awesome oscillator, these histograms, we need it to be below our zero line. We need them facing down, not facing up. You need them facing up if it's for a buy trade. This time around for a sell trade, you need them to face down for a sell trade. It's kind of similar to the MACD. We can say we have the cross right over here. You can just say that. So, but for this awesome oscillator, you need these histograms to be facing down for a sell. Now, you also need, for your final confirmation, you also need your Kinjun, your Tenkan Sen to cross the Kinjun Sen, and we see that we have the cross over here, then we had it right over here again, so, and we also have it right over here again. So now once you have those confirmations, now it's time for you to just sit back and wait for the good time for you to get in this trade. Now looking at this sell trade right over here, you could have got in right over here, looking at it right over here, or you could have got in again when this second cent crossed the Kijun cent again, and your entry would be right over there, because what we have right over here is a retest back to our support zone. So once you see that, now you just wait for the second cent to cross the Kijun cent again, then you can actually get in this trade. But let's put this on the replay mode so that you guys can see what I'm actually talking about. Say we start from right over here. Let's see. So you see we have the break right over here. You could have got in right over here, or you wait for that retest. Let's see that retest right over there in this replay mode. We got the retest right there, and then you could have entered right over here. So now once you have your entry, now you just gotta, we're gonna go back to the 1 hour time frame. Now if you were trading this live, you would have done this already. Now I'm just showing you guys how you guys can do it and be able to use this strategy correctly. Now we're gonna go back to the 1 hour time frame, and what we need to do, so I'm going to exit out of the replay mode so we can look for our take profit zone. So now looking at the 1 hour time frame over here, I can see that we can actually target this zone right over here for our take profit. We could target that zone right over here, because you guys can see that we absolutely have a rejection right over here looking at the 1 hour time frame, and price touched it again right over here to the right, giving us another support zone right over there, and over here, and it'll give us a resistance right over here, as you guys can see. Now if we go back to the 15-minute time frame, now we have our take profit zone. Now we have our target. That's where we could actually target looking at the 1 hour time frame. So now what do we do? Now we're just going to pull this back in replay mode, and let's see how this trade played out. So we got it right over there. See how this trade played out. Bam, we got our take profit smashed right over there. Now I'm gonna exit our replay mode, and then we're gonna take a look at what our risk to reward ratio was on this sell trade using this strategy. Now let's see. Now let's say we got in right over here. We're gonna be looking at our take profit was smashed for 76 pips, and we got our stop loss, say right above this taking our Kijun cent right over there. So we target 30 pips, because now our stop loss is above the 200 EMA and also above the Kijun cent. So we target 30 pips for our stop loss, and our take profit was for 76 pips. We're looking at 2 to 5 risk to reward ratio. Now if you had entered right over here where we had the retest and the second cent crossed the Kijun cent again, we're going to be looking at our take profit is for 71 pips. Our risk to reward ratio was 2 to 3. Very good trade right there. So guys, if you find value in this video, please like this video, smash the subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my future videos.
Listen.